The Mountain of Hope. Part 1. The Small Village. In a quiet valley surrounded by green mountains, there lived a boy named Riyan. His family was simple, and they lived in a small wooden house with a tin roof. Every morning, Riyan woke up before sunrise. He helped his father in the fields, carried water from the river, and fed the animals. But deep inside his heart, Riyan had a dream. He wanted to become a teacher, someone who could inspire children and help them learn. Whenever he saw a book, he felt something magical. He believed books could take him anywhere in the world. Part 2. A Difficult Childhood. Riyan went to a small village school. The classrooms had old benches, broken windows, and only 2 teachers. Sometimes it rained inside the classroom because the roof had holes. But Riyan never complained. He listened carefully to every word the teacher said. He always carried an old notebook where he wrote new English words. Words like courage, future, education, success. But life was hard. Sometimes he had to miss school to help his father in the fields. Sometimes he had no money to buy pencils. Yet Riyan promised himself, "No matter how hard life becomes, I will never stop learning." Part 3. The Stranger. One day, a stranger came to the village. He was an old traveller named Mr. Javier, who loved visiting rural places. He noticed Riyan sitting under a tree reading an old English book. Mr. Javier asked, "You like reading?" Riyan nodded and said, "Yes, sir. I want to learn English very well." The old man smiled. "If you promise to work hard, I will teach you English every evening." Riyan felt hope rise inside him. He promised. So every evening they met under the big banyan tree. Mr. Javier taught him pronunciation, grammar, and small stories. Sometimes it was difficult. Sometimes Riyan felt tired, but he never skipped a single day. Part 4. The Storm. One night, a huge storm hit the village. The wind was strong and trees fell everywhere. Riyan's house roof was damaged. The fields were destroyed. His father said sadly, "We have no money left. You must stop school for a while." Riyan's heart broke. He wanted to cry, but he stayed strong. The next evening, he went to meet Mr. Javier. "I can't study anymore," Riyan said softly. "We lost everything." Mr. Javier looked at him with warm eyes. He said, "My boy, life will test you, but the mountain may shake. Your dream should not." He gave Riyan a small lamp and said, "This light is for your dream. Whenever you feel lost, look at it and remember why you started." Riyan held the lamp close to his heart. Part 5. The Mountain Challenge. The next morning, Mr. Javier announced something surprising. "There is a competition in the nearby town," he said. "It is an English storytelling competition. If you win, you will get a scholarship." Riyan's eyes became wide, but he was afraid. "I am not good enough," he whispered. Mr. Javier shook his head. "You are ready. You only need to believe in yourself." For the next 2 weeks, Riyan practiced day and night. He stood in front of the mirror. He spoke slowly, repeating the words again and again. His voice grew stronger. His confidence grew brighter. Part 6. The Journey. Riyan and Mr. Javier walked to the town, crossing rivers and small hills. The town was full of lights, cars, and noise. a world Riyan had never seen. He felt nervous, his hands were shaking, but Mr. Javier said, "Remember your lamp, remember your promise." Riyan took a deep breath and walked inside the competition hall. Part 7. The Storytelling. When his name was called, Riyan stepped onto the stage. There were hundreds of people watching. His heart beat fast. He closed his eyes and said to himself, "I am Riyan. I am strong. I am ready." Then he began his story about a boy from a small village who never gave up. His voice was clear. His words were full of emotion. People listened silently and some even smiled. When he finished, the hall became quiet. Then suddenly everyone clapped loudly. Some people stood up to applaud him. Riyan felt tears in his eyes, not of sadness, but of victory. Part 8. The Result. That evening the judges announced the winners. Riyan held his breath. "First place goes to Riyan from the mountain village." His heart almost stopped. He won. He actually won. He received a scholarship, new books, a bag, and a certificate. Mr. Javier placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "I knew you could do it, my boy." Part 9. A New Life. Riyan returned to the village as a hero. The villagers celebrated. His parents cried with joy. He continued his education in town with the scholarship. Years passed. Riyan studied hard. He finished college. Then he became what he always dreamed of, a teacher. He returned to his small village and built a new school where children studied with hope and happiness. On the first day of school, Riyan placed the small lamp on his desk, the lamp Mr. Javier gave him. He whispered, "Dreams come true for those who walk toward them, even when the road is broken."